Hey friends, my name is Mike. Welcome to this full-length Power Vinyasa class. This class is going to be great for you if you have a bit more of an established practice. It's going to be a pretty active flow today, so if you ever need to take a break, always feel free to hit pause, take a child's pose, grab a sip of water, whatever you need to rejuvenate yourself, and then rejoin the flow whenever you're ready. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. All right, friends, let's start our practice in child's pose. Finding stillness inside your body. Soften the shoulders. Let your hips be heavy. Allow your thoughts to start to settle. Allow the mind to become a little bit more quiet as you let some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Feeling that sense of expansion as the air fills up the lungs. And feeling that sense of relaxation as you exhale. Take 2 more deep breaths. And after your last exhale, let's come into a tabletop position. So meeting on the hands and the knees, stacking your shoulders on top of your wrists. And we'll warm up the spine with some cat-cows here, starting with an inhale. Drop your belly down towards your mat. Gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Good. Again, inhale, gaze up, press the belly button down. Exhale, round the spine, drop the head. 2 more rounds. Inhale, gaze up, lift the chin. And exhale, round, drop the head. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Good, and then come back to a flat back here in tabletop. For a moment, flip your fingertips backwards to face towards your knees, and then drop your hips back towards your heels so that you feel a bit of a stretch in your wrists and your forearms. And then it might feel good to add in some movement here. I like to rock from left to right. Maybe make some circles with the hips. Last moment here. And then we'll bring the hands back to face the top of the mat. And let's move into our first downward facing dog, lifting the hips up. Start off with some movement. Maybe pedal the feet out or rock from left to right side. And finding stillness here in down dog, take a deep breath in through the nose. And an exhale out. Gaze to the top of your mat. Tiptoe your feet all the way forwards. Feet are going to be hips width distance here. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow, coming into ragdoll pose. Might feel nice to take a little micro bend in your knees. And it might feel good to add in some movement here, rocking the elbows from side to side, or even kind of bouncing them up and down. Take one more breath. And with your exhale, release the elbows, bring the fingers down to the ground. And we'll move into our first halfway lift with an inhale, lengthening the spine, lifting the chest. Good, and as you exhale, fold forwards. Nice. With your next inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up, gaze up. Press your palms together, and with your exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Good. Bring your hands down towards your sides, and we'll move into our sun salutations here. Starting with an inhale, extend the arms up, press the palms together. As you exhale, fold all the way down to the ground. Drop the head. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back into a high plank position. Nice. And we'll hold here, pressing actively through the palms of your hands. And then see if you can activate your core. So imagine as if you're pulling your belly button upwards towards your spine. Good. And hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Lower the knees down to the mat, and then start to bend your elbows to bring your chest down. From here, untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down into your mat. With an inhale, we'll come into a baby cobra. So just lifting your chest, roll the shoulders back. And as you exhale, lower the chest back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift the chest. Find length in the back of your neck. And exhale, fold, drop down. Last time, inhale, lift the chest, press the pelvis down. Exhale, drop the chest. Good. From here, press onto your hands and your knees in a tabletop, and then roll back into downward facing dog. And pause here for 3 deep breaths. So really focus on grounding the heels and anchoring your thumbs and your pointer fingers down into the ground. Take one more breath. Again, gaze to the top of the mat. Step the feet all the way forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank position. And from this high plank, we'll move through our first vinyasa. So we'll bend the elbows, coming into a low plank, hovering the chest. Option to lower the knees or keep them lifted. Good. From here, inhale into upward facing dog, lifting the chest, lifting the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here for 2 breaths. One more breath. Gaze to the top of your mat. Step or option to jump the feet forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, fold deeply. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your plank pose. And again, we'll move through a vinyasa, bending the elbows, coming into a low plank, chaturanga. Option to lower the knees. Inhale, upward dog. Lift the chest, drop the head back. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Good job. Pause here for just one breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, gaze between your hands, step or float the feet forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, plant the palms, step, or if you'd like to jump back straight into low plank, feel free to play with that. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Firm your thighs, lift your chin. Exhale, downward dog. Good job. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take a big step forward. Place your right foot between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, extend the arms up, coming into Anjaneyasana. So the palms are facing each other. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Work to activate your left glute, and then see if you can pull your right hip a little bit backwards here. Take one more breath. With your exhale, plant the palms to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee off of the ground. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and gaze up towards your right fingertips. Work to spiral the right side of your rib cage and your right shoulder open towards the sky. For 3, 2, keep breathing. And 1, lower the right hand down to the ground. Plant your back foot flat on the mat behind you. Inhale, rise all the way up, coming into warrior number 2. Pausing here, bending generously into your front knee. So the front knee is stacked on top of the ankle. With an inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm back. Slide your left hand down your back leg. Keep bending into your front knee. Maybe gaze up towards your top hand. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, come back into warrior 2. And then we'll transition into extended side angle pose. So option 1, bring your right forearm on top of your thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. Option 2, you can bring your right hand down to a block if you have one, or all the way down to the ground. Gaze towards your left hand, and then work to spiral open through the left side of your body. Good. You can stay here, or if you'd like to play with a bind, you'll thread your left hand behind your back, and then the right arm threads underneath your inner thigh. Maybe grab fingertips. Wherever you are, be there for 3, 2, spiraling open, and 1. Good job. If you have a bind, release it. Plant your palms top of the mat. Step back into a high plank. Bend the elbows, coming into a low plank. Again, knees can lower or they can stay lifted here. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, big step forwards. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Pausing here. Spreading the fingertips wide. And see if you can activate your right glute And then work to pull your left hip slightly backwards. Take one more breath. And with your exhale, plant the palms to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee. Ground through your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Gaze up towards your top fingertips. Keep pressing actively through your back toes. Then work to spiral that top shoulder open for 3, 2, and 1. Plant the left hand down. Ground your back foot flat on the mat. Inhale, spiral the arms open, warrior 2. Pausing here. So finding that placement with the left knee, stacking it over the ankle. Soften the shoulders. Take one more breath. Inhale, reverse the warrior, reaching the left arm back, maybe gazing up towards the top fingertips. Find length through both sides of the body. And slowly come back into warrior 2. And then moving into extended side angle here. So whatever you took on the other side. Wherever you go, that top arm is reaching overhead. And then we're spiraling open through the whole right side of the body. And make sure you keep pressing firmly through your back foot as well. You can stay here, or if you want to go for your bind, your right hand will wrap around your back. Left arm threads underneath your inner thigh. Maybe clasp fingertips. For 3. If you're in a bind, try and straighten your top arm. 2. 1. Great work. If you're in a bind, release the clasp. Plant your palms. Step the left foot back into high plank. And then bend the elbows, coming into our chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Firm your legs, lift the chin. Exhale into downward dog. Pausing here. Keep in mind, if you ever need a break, feel free to take child's pose whenever you need to. Hit pause, take a breather, then rejoin whenever you're ready. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forwards. This time, keep your back heel lifted. With an inhale, rise up into high lunge, aka crescent lunge. Finding stillness, pressing firmly through your back leg. Good. From here, bring the hands to heart center. Slowly start to lower your chest to hover on top of your front thigh. You should feel your right leg really start to fire up here. And then lift your back foot, start to straighten your front leg coming into warrior number 3, finding the balance. You can keep your hands at heart center or option to extend the arms forwards. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Keep your leg lifted. Lower your right fingertips down to the ground, or if you have a block, you can bring them to a block. Extend your left arm up to the ceiling, half moon. Balancing here. Work to spiral your left arm open, maybe even gaze up towards your top fingertips for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the left hand down to the ground or to a block. Keep the left leg lifted. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, coming into revolved half moon. Spiraling the right shoulder open for 3. Keep lifting your back heel for 2. And And one, lower the top leg to bring the feet together at the top of the mat. From here, step or hop the feet hips width distance on the mat. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forwards. Take a couple soothing, slow breaths here. Relax the head. Let any tension go in the back of your neck and in the backs of your legs. Take one more breath. Nice work. Release your toes. Inhale, stretch your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms flat, and we'll move back into downward dog. So your choice, you can step straight back into dog pose, or if you want to move through a vinyasa with me, we'll take a high plank, moving into our low plank. Big breath in, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. Back heel is lifted. Inhale, reach the arms up, high lunge. Find length through the sides of your body, reaching upwards through the fingertips. One more breath. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. Press the palms together. Start to shift the chest towards your front knee. Get light on your back toes. And then lift your back leg. Straighten your front leg. Warrior 3. Finding the balance. Try and get your chest parallel to the ground. Hands can stay at heart center or extend the arms forwards. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower your left hand down to the ground or to a block. Inhale, reach your right arm up, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Pausing here, finding the stillness. Maybe gazing up towards the top arm. For 3, spiral open. 2, and 1. Lower your right hand down to the ground or to your block. Keep the back leg lifted. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Keep lifting your back heel as high as you can. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower the top leg down to bring the feet together, top of the mat. Good work. Step or hop the feet, hips width distance. This time, slide the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. Inhale, shift your weight towards your toes, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold forwards. And in this pose, you can gently pull your palms up towards the bottoms of your feet so that you feel a bit of a stretch in the backs of your legs. Take 2 more breaths. And release the hands from the feet. And from here, we'll move into a Malasana prayer squat. So spin your toes so they point outwards to the sides of your mat. Sit your hips back between your heels. Bring your hands to heart center. Find length through your spine, lifting the chest. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out. All right, plant your palms top of your mat, and we're going to play with crow pose. So if you have crow pose in your practice, go for it. If crow is new to you, spread your fingers wide, bring your knees towards the backs of your arms, and then you're going to shift your weight forwards, gaze in front of you, And just play with lifting one foot at a time. Feeling what that feels like. And then eventually lifting both heels. So wherever you are, hold there for 3. Keep lifting your heels up towards your glutes for 2. And 1, if you'd like to jump back into a chaturanga, take a little hop. Otherwise, lower down into malasana, prayer squat, and either flow through a vinyasa or step back into downward facing dog. And we'll meet there. Gaze to the top of your mat, step or hop forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good work. We'll move into some balancing poses here, starting with tree pose. Lift your right heel off of the ground, bring it to your left inner thigh. Bring the hands to heart center, press the palms together. Focus your eye gaze on one point in front of you. Keep looking at that one point. Option to reach the arms up to the ceiling or keep them at heart center. Take 3 more breaths. If you feel steady, I invite you to play with closing your eyes today. Don't be afraid of falling out. One more breath. And slowly starting to lower back down. Nice work. And moving right into the left side, left heel lifts up. Hands at heart center, eye gaze focused on that single point in front of you. And then extend the arms up. And taking 3 breaths here, your choice. Keep the eyes open, or to challenge yourself, play with closing the eyes. Keep feeling your right foot and your right ankle. One more breath. And start to lower back down. Nice work. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. So we're eagling up the arms. If this is a little uncomfortable for you, just bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder, and that will work perfectly fine too. And then from here, lift your right knee off of the ground, wrap your right leg on top of your left leg. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good, and then from here, bend your left knee to lower the hips a little closer to the ground. Lift the elbows up to the ceiling. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to play with sleeping eagle. So from here, start to lower the elbows down towards your knees. And maybe you can give your knees a little tap with the elbows. If they don't reach yet, that's perfectly fine. Just keep moving in that direction. And then as slowly as you came down, start to lift back up. And unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, lower down. I'm sure you're feeling it in that left leg. I know I am. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. Or again, just opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Lift your left leg. We're giving the left leg a break here. And then wrap your left leg on top of your right leg. Good, and then start to bend into your right knee. Bring the hips a little bit lower. Very nice. Elevate the elbows and breathe for 3, 2, and And one, slow and controlled. Starting to lower the elbows as you round the spine. And then slowly starting to lift back up. And release, unwrap. Nice job. Inhale, mountain pose, extend up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, and we'll move back into downward dog. So again, your choice here. You can step straight back or take a vinyasa, high plank to low plank, up dog to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it forwards. Plant your back foot flat. Inhale, spiral the arms open into warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach your right arm back, just for one breath, reversing. And with your exhale, we'll come into triangle pose, Trikonasana, extending the right fingertips forward and then dropping the right hand down. You can grab the ankle. If you have a block, you can bring your fingertips to the block, or the fingertips can come to the ground. And then gaze up towards your top arm. Try and stack your top arm directly on top of your bottom arm. Pull your right hip back for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the top hand down to the ground. And from here, slide your back foot a little bit towards your front foot. Not too much, maybe 6 to 12 inches here. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Pull your right hip back. And as you exhale, fold directly on top of your leg, coming into pyramid pose. So we're pulling the right hip back here and keep anchoring your back heel firmly into the ground. Take one more breath. Nice job. Keep the legs right where they are. Inhale, lift your chest, straighten your arms. Exhale, plant your left hand on the outside of your front foot. If that's too much, if you have a block is going to help here, bringing the left hand to the block, or just come onto your fingertips if you can't get the palm flat. Once you have that, with an inhale, reach your right arm open towards the ceiling. Coming into revolve triangle, finding the balance. Spiral open through your top shoulder. Keep lifting your right hip up towards the ceiling for 3. Use the breath here. 2, maybe gaze up to the top arm. And 1, slowly lower the right hand down to the mat. Awesome work. Crawl your fingertips over to the left side of your mat and then pivot both of your feet so they're facing the left side. And then from here, plant your palms in between your feet, about shoulder width distance apart. Inhale, straighten your arms, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold forwards, drop the head down. Take several deep breaths here. Work to lift your kneecaps. Notice how your legs engage when you do that. One more deep breath. And with your next inhale, straighten your arms to lift your chest. And as you exhale, crawl the hands to the top of your mat. Plant the palms, and we'll move back into downward dog, whichever way you'd like to get there. Very nice. We'll do the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step forwards. Plant the back foot flat. Inhale, open the arms, coming into warrior two. Soften the shoulders, bend deeply into your front knee. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach your left arm back. And exhale, coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana, lowering down, and then reaching that top arm up towards the ceiling. Stacking the arms on top of each other. Work to pull your front knee towards the back of your mat, and you should really start to feel that left hamstring stretch out here. Maybe gazing up towards the top hand for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the top hand down to the mat, and we'll move our back foot a little bit towards the front foot. So again, not too much here. Straighten your front leg. Bring your fingertips to frame your front foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the leg, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So on this side, we're rolling the left hip towards the back of the mat. And again, really make sure that you're pressing through your back heel. Take 2 more breaths. Last breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, plant your right hand on the outside of your front foot. So again, you can come onto your fingertips. If possible, bring the hand flat on the ground or to your block if you have one today. And then with an inhale, reach your left arm up, coming into revolved triangle. Keep anchoring both heels down into your mat. Spiral your top shoulder up towards the sky for 3. Maybe gaze up towards the top hand. 2. And 1. Lower the top hand down to the ground. Good work. Crawl your fingertips over to face the right side of your mat. Bring your feet to face the right side. I'm going to face the left side to face the camera here. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, press down through the feet to rise all the way up to stand. And exhale at the top. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, interlace your fingertips behind your back. Good. Inhale, straighten your arms. Roll the shoulders back. Drop the head back. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Let the hands fall overhead. Lifting the kneecaps for 3, 2, and 1. Release your bind. Bring your hands to the ground. Plant the palms. Inhale, straighten the arms, lifting the chest. And exhale, crawl the hands forward. And we'll move back into downward dog. Nice work. All right. Inhale, lift your heels, come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, wave forward, come into a high plank. We won't be holding it, don't worry. Lower the knees down to the ground. And from here, come to a seated position. And then make your way onto your back. And we'll start by straightening the legs towards the front of your mat. Start by reaching the arms forwards towards the top of your mat. The palms are going to be flat on the ground. And then from here, we're just going to lift the legs to hover a couple inches above the ground. The big toes are together. Good. If this is easy, option to reach the arms overhead. We'll hold here for 5, Keep grounding your lower back into the mat for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lift the legs halfway up towards the ceiling. So at a 45-degree angle. Good. Keep extending the legs as straight as you can get them for 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. This time lift the legs to point directly up to the ceiling, stacking over the hips, and flex your feet so the toes are going to be pulling down towards your face. For 5, keep grounding your lower back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your heels down to the ground as controlled as you can. And then whenever you lower them, nice job. Bring your hands back towards your hips if you reach them overhead, and then slide your heels backwards towards your glutes, bending the knees, planting the heels right behind your glutes. We'll move right into bridge pose, lifting the hips, interlace your fingertips behind your back, straighten the arms, and then crawl your shoulder blades towards each other to find some lift in your upper back here. Good. For 5, keep lifting the hips as high as you can get them. 4, 3, breathing into your abdomen, inflating the space around your belly button. For 2, and 1, slowly lower onto your back. Good work. We're going to do one more back bend. So again, take bridge pose, or if you'd like to take wheel, if you have wheel in your practice, if you feel like your spine is ready for it, plant the palms next to your ears and rise all the way up. If you enter into wheel today, focus on squeezing your knees towards each other and really using your legs to support yourself. So really pressing through the legs. Good. And then squeeze your wrists together to activate all the muscles in your upper back. For 3. Keep breathing wherever you are for 2. And 1. Slowly lowering back down. And we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together. Let your knees fall open towards the sides of your mat. Bring your left hand on top of your heart, your right hand on top of your belly. Feeling the sensation of the heart beating with your left hand. Feeling the rise and fall of the abdomen with your right hand. One more deep breath. And from here, we'll come into happy baby pose. Maybe rock from side to side here. And then hug the knees into the chest, and we're gonna roll 3 times. So you can bring your hands towards the backs of your knees and just rolling up and down the spine. Nice and controlled, 1 vertebrae at a time. It should feel like a bit of a massage on your back. And then once you get to the top on your 3rd time, take your time getting there. Cross the ankles, plant the palms, and if you want to play with a little jump back, you'll lift up, jump all the way back into your low plank, and then we'll roll through a vinyasa or step right back into downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, swing your right knee forwards, coming into half pigeon pose. So lowering the back knee down, and then gently finding the alignment here Good, and then if it feels okay for you, you can come onto your forearms. If you have a block, you can even bring your forearms on top of the block here. And then really just softening into it, using the breath. If it's available today, you can start to crawl the fingertips in front of you. Relax the forehead down to the ground. Take 3 more deep breaths. Last breath. And then start to lift the chest back up. And we'll swing the front leg towards the back of the mat. And we'll take a little moment to counter stretch here. So you can bend your right knee, lifting the right foot. And then I like to make some circles with the right knee, going in both directions. And then finding downward facing dog again. And with an inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, half pigeon here. So just keeping in mind that this side might be a little different from your other side. It might be a little tighter, or it might be more flexible. So just as you move into whatever expression you take, be mindful of what this side needs today. We never want to be like acting out of default when we're practicing yoga. We want everything to always be mindful and intuitive, always being in touch with the different parts of the body. And maybe crawling the fingertips out here if that's available for you. And then just breathing deeply. Notice what happens to the left hip when you breathe nice and deeply. Notice the changes that take place inside your body as a result of just taking some deep breaths. Take one more breath. And start to rise back up. Swing your left leg back. Downward dog. And we'll counter stretch here. Bend your left knee. Make some circles. And then finding downward dog again. Inhale, lift your heels. Come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, wave forward, coming into a high plank. Again, don't worry, we're not holding it. Drop the knees down to the ground. Come to a seated position in the middle of your mat. Bring your legs to face the top of your mat. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold over the legs, Paschimottanasana. You can grab your ankles with your hands. Feel free to grab the sides of the feet or peace fingers to the big toes if that's a more suitable option for you. Dropping the head, softening the lower back. With your inhales, try and find length in your back. And with your exhales, just lower the nose a little closer down to the knees. Take 2 more breaths. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to fold. And then start to lift back up. And from here, we'll move on to our backs. We'll set up for shoulder stand. So bringing the hands to the lower back And lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. Now, if shoulder stand isn't suitable for you today, for whatever reason, just come into waterfall pose. So you'll keep the lower back on the ground and then lift both legs up to the ceiling. If you have a block, you can even slide the block underneath your lower back here to make it extra relaxing. If you're in shoulder stand, find one straight line between your hips and the tips of your toes. Breathing wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feel free to stay where you are, but if you're in shoulder stand, option to move into plow pose, dropping the legs behind your head. If the toes touch down, option to interlace your fingertips behind your back, straighten the arms. If the toes aren't quite there on the ground, don't worry about it. They'll get there, but keep your hands on your lower back just to support yourself. In these poses where we're closing off the airways, we really want to be mindful of taking deep, full breaths. And if you're in plow pose, whenever you're ready, start to roll out onto the back. And wherever you are, we'll make our way onto the back. And we'll hug the right knee into the chest. Drop the right knee over to the left side of the body. Extend the right arm over towards the right side of the mat. Gaze over the right shoulder. Take one more breath. And then start to come back to center. And switching the legs out, the left knee will hug into the chest, right leg is straight, and the left knee will drop over to the right side, left arm opens to the left side, gazing over the left shoulder. Last breath. All right, and then coming back to center. Bring both of your knees together, hugging into the chest. From here, wrap your arms around your shin bones. Ground your lower back down into your mat. Lift your forehead up to the knees. We're holding here in this tight little ball. Keep squeezing everything together, using all the energy inside your body for 3, 2, take one more deep breath. And as you exhale, release the arms, release the legs, Savasana pose. Finding a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. Finding stillness inside the body, allowing the eyes to close. Letting go of the breath, allowing your breath to just be in its natural rhythm, softening the shoulders. See if you can let your eyes be heavy in the sockets. Hips are heavy. And just letting go here, just for a couple moments, surrendering, giving the body rest, giving the mind rest.
Bring some movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingertips. Make circles with the ankles. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel the expansion with the inhale. And let it out. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto either side, coming into a fetal position. And then coming all the way up to a seat whenever you're ready. Keeping the eyes closed here. Find length in your spine. Relaxation in your face. Stillness in your mind. Bring your hands to heart center. Press the palms together. And we'll take one more deep breath together. And inhale through the nose. And let it go out the mouth. And opening the eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this flow today. I hope you feel relaxed. I hope your body feels good. Again, my name is Mike. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed it, maybe give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment in the comment section below, or hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. Thanks again. Namaste.